I think many parents think they have access to all information. I think our schools may think, our teachers, our administrators, our support providers may think parents have access to all information. And that's almost 100% right. But FERPA, Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act, has an exception to records that are in the, quote, sole possession of the maker, that are used for purposes other than direct service or instruction, implementation of IEP, implementation of 504, other services that we see in the educational setting. What does that mean? Well, team member is at an IEP team meeting taking notes. 504 coordinators at a 504 committee meeting taking notes. Teacher is preparing for a back to school night or a meeting with parents and is taking notes, which are working notes. And those notes of any of those staff are in the sole possession of the maker, not shared with anyone else, not put in the brown folder, yellow folder, not uploaded into some frontline app where other folks have access to. If they're maintained in the sole possession, likely parents don't have access because they are not now, quote unquote, an educational record under FERPA. But what's important there is that that information remains in the sole possession of the maker. Because the minute you open it up and say to a colleague, hey, what about this? The minute you upload it electronically and colleagues have access to it, the minute you put it on the table and other folks see it, it then does become an educational record, personally identifiable, a FERPA file that parents do have access to. My concern is not that educators want to withhold information. My concern is not that educators are writing terrible things about students or their families, because they're not. Our educators are empathetic, caring, committed people enabling their students to learn. My concern is the misinterpretation of notes. My concern is the misinterpretation of raw data in the special education testing process or in looking at eligibility for 504. So a pitfall is taking that raw data, those impressions, those quote unquote sole possession records, and making it accessible to colleagues. And now all of a sudden parent can access via FERPA, and there's a misinterpretation of what it means. We can see trust breakdown. We can see concerns that are misplaced, that are unnecessary. We've got enough issues today being compliant and making sure that we're addressing all concerns and consideration. We don't want to create new ones.